Okay, so hopefully this video comes out good. You guys can see me. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna make this work. I'm trying to get the lighting. The sun is out. I got the crutches. I got 3D printer going on. It's just a lot. But hopefully, all in all, you guys can see me. Forgive me. I'm gonna be eating some sunflower seeds, but I'm drinking some water. But I figure if I'm gonna be going on this journey, content creating, and I can't wait. I'm super excited. Got some stuff in the works with my wife and I. We're gonna be getting on here, and we're just gonna be talking about stuff. She's not very, um, she's extremely outgoing, but she's just really, really, um, she kind of overthinks things that don't need to be overthought, and it always ends up working out. And I'm just trying to get her there. Um, where I'm at to be comfortable on the camera. And I'm even, still learning how to go about making content and, just trying to get really the main focus of this is to get people engaged in being more open with expressing honestly anything, not just their feelings. I feel like a lot of times it gets lost in translation that some people overexpress. That's definitely a thing. Some people don't express enough, and you know, one of the main, I guess you can say, things that's pushing me to make a video like this, which I should have done from the beginning, is the simple fact that and again, it's just something that falls to the wayside, unfortunately. Is much like other people before me, other creators, other content creators, people who just do it just because they're kind people, to bring awareness, is to not just men's mental health, but just the mental health of human beings. It's just, I feel as a society that technology has forced us in a way to be so disconnected from each other that more so life as a whole, what you end up doing is sending a text and that's enough. You have a best friend and you've been best friends for like 10 years. You only see each other twice, but you talk to each other every day and that's enough. Whereas kids, when I was growing up, in the 80s and the 90s, I'm 41 now. Before technology, it was like I need to see my best friend every day. We had to go out, try to find something to do, go out skating, go out, climb a tree, ride a bike, do something. You know what I'm saying? And our inquisitiveness or our ability to be able to utilize our imagination, I should say, is something that's definitely lost in my point from my eyes. Um, because of where we're going with technology. That's unfortunate because technology is showing how creative and imaginative we actually can be as a human species, as a human race. Forgive me, I'm checking out on my 3D printer here. I'm trying to print something. I got to focus. Anyways, so the two topics I want to cover here, one being um, the first one bringing to light is men's mental health and just the mental health of human beings. Okay. And I'm going to start off by giving you guys a little background about myself, where I'm from, where, what I do, and just be frank with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I think, in life, people just feel like it's okay to lie every day. And by lying, I don't mean like you're a pathological liar or you're a sociopath or a psychopath in any way, shape, or form. It's just you're lying to yourself. You're holding everyone around you accountable, but you're not holding yourself accountable. Right? I'm going to touch base on that here in a little bit. But just give you guys a little bit of a backstory on me, who I am, where I'm coming from, um, and where I plan to be. with or without the ability to honestly give a shit what anybody thinks. It's a great ability to have, um, but it's something that nowadays people are rushing to be first and be liked than to actually be true to themselves or to the situation. Take that with a grain of salt. Okay. So, uh, this is already messed up. Give me a second here. All right. Let's, yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to stop this print. Stop. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to print something here. Turns out, trying to print this 101st box that I'm making and whatnot. So I got to print it, but it's got to go white, or excuse me, it's got to go black, which is number one. It's got to go yellow, which is number two. And number three is white. And this printed out incorrect because, again, I was focused on too many things. You guys can tell that's black, red, and black. And it's supposed to be black, white, and yellow. So, anyways, it's a waste of filament, but I'm glad I caught on to that. Okay, hopefully this works. We'll see. Okay, we're gonna take. Oh, great. This is gonna come out in strands. It's annoying. Oh, goodness gracious. But this is real world, man. This is what it is. This is real world. Okay. This is real world. Real world problems. Okay. Now we got that out of the way. Okay. Black, yellow, and white. Send it. Good to go. Okay. Let's do it now. Okay. Try to make this video honestly, try to cover the things that I want to talk about and what I see for this channel, and just try to cover it in about 30 minutes or so, and get the tens of views that I'm hoping it gets. And if it reaches one person, for me, that's a win. Because I'm just an average dude, like everybody else. We're all humans, right? So let's talk about what I want to do with the. Okay, so let's start with this, right? Because I should have just had this written down and everything, but this is real world. So this is how I'm going to break it down. So part one, I'm going to just talk a little bit about myself, where I'm at, and where I see this channel going, and what I want to do with this channel, and with social media as a whole, and being able to reach people that you would never be able to meet. It's a great opportunity to promote positivity, promote social engagement, and promote mental growth and agility for people, as opposed to just using social media to bring people down, build these facades of what you should be doing in life. And it's just crazy to me how in the palm of our fingers we have the ability to do so many things, and the one thing we choose to do with it is hate. It's just crazy. And then the second part, it's going to be um, just I guess, going to be like a weekly thing. I'm trying to put out a weekly video um, on certain topics. Some of the videos are going to have my wife and I. Some of the videos are just going to be me, but we're going to put out some content for everybody. And it's more content to be engaged with. It's content that her and I, we're going to bring up topics. We're going to have some stuff written down. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to mention things that just everyday people go through, everyday couples, and just be vulnerable. Because I think that's one of the things also that's gone to the wayside, unfortunately, is people incapable of being vulnerable with themselves, therefore don't express that vulnerability, and then are just lost when it comes to society. And that's where we are right now. It's just sidebar. Okay, so a little bit about myself. First, my name is Carlos. Okay, born and raised in the Bronx, New York City. um I am 41 years old, as previously stated. I'm married to the beautiful Angela. This is my second time I've been married. First time I was married, got married in 2008, and it was a few years before I joined the military, and it was, it was a lot of growing pains. The relationship um, did not end amicably. It ended in good terms in the sense that there was some there wasn't closure, there was some animosity, but for everything that we have gone through, it, it was about as good as it can get. Um, and by no means was I the saint in the relationship. There was a lot of things that I learned about myself being in this relationship after leaving the relationship that could have caused the relationship to last, but it's life, and no one's perfect. I've made my fair share of mistakes. I made decisions and choices that did not lead to a relationship lasting, and we just have to grow from there. And you know, I learned a long time ago that you know when you make a mistake, it's only a mistake if you learn from it. Okay, if you do it again, you're choosing to do it. It's not a mistake. You just want to be that way. You're just that person. Um, and one of the biggest mistakes that I made in a relationship was not being happy and not being honest with myself. I was telling myself that I was outwardly happy, and inwardly I was not. And there was a lot of things that I didn't know how to articulate with words. And I thought that had to do with me and my social surroundings. And so I quit the daily grind of working retail my entire life. And one day I just up and decided to join the military, something that I always wanted to do. And in 2011, I made that decision to go active duty, United States Army. Um, I've been doing it ever since. So I'm on my 13th year. My body's feeling it. Real quick, I have two bulging discs in my back, broken finger, ankle arthritis on both my ankles, Achilles tendonitis on both of them. I just ruptured my Achilles on my left Achilles. That was gonna happen eventually. Plantar fasciitis. I got a partially torn labrum, tinnitus in the ears, wear hearing aids offered by the military. It's just wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a sob story, not looking for any sympathy. It's just what it is, right? I'm an 11 Bravo, which means I'm an infantryman. I'm down there in the dumps with the boys, doing the nitty gritty, doing what's needed. Um, I served with the 101st from 2000. Excuse me. I served with my first unit was in Korea. I was stationed in 172 Armored Battalion, which is a detachment of forward deploy unit of 2ID, which is now JBLM, over in Fort Washington, uh, in uh, in Washington State. So that was my first duty station. From there, I PCS to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where it has 3rd Brigade, Rakasans Leader Battalion, La Valeur Not Fail. From there, I went to 3 deployments, all three to Afghanistan in support of OIF and OEF. And then I PCS to Fort Wainwright, Alaska, 2018, where I was stationed to 1-5 Bobcats in the 125 Brigade, Strawberry Lightning, before it changed from a Striker Brigade combat team to now it's an airborne division. It's 111, 211, 411 up in Fort Wainwright, Alaska. I was there from 2018, 2021, so I was there for COVID. And because of COVID, I deployed to Iraq with 1-5. And we were stuck on that deployment because of COVID. And that was an experience. During this whole time, again, I was married to my ex-wife, and it was tumultuous. 3 deployments here in Kentucky at Fort Campbell, and then 1 deployment in Alaska. COVID. It was just a lot of stuff that was going on, and I wasn't making the situation better because I wasn't mature, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, and it wasn't fair to myself and to her, and it caused a downfall uh, of our relationship and our marriage, unfortunately. And one thing I can tell you that I learned real quick from that relationship is that I hold no grudges. There's no way for me to. be upset at my ex-wife, be upset um, at anything that happened, because it happened the way it happened because of the way that I was, if that makes sense. I just, I had a lot of demons, and I was afraid to address them. And it's one of the topics I'm talking about, mental health. I thought I was addressing them, and I was listening, but I really wasn't listening. I was hearing the issues, but I wasn't listening to the problem because I felt that I didn't have any issues. So, and then once I left Alaska, I got orders to come back to Fort Campbell, and where I currently am stationed. This time I'm in First Brigade, Bastogne, 1327 Bulldog. And I've been here since 2021. We went to Europe, deployed to Europe back in 2023. And I've been here ever since. And I'm getting ready to leave here soon, PCSing to Fort Orin, California, NTC, the National Training Center. It's my next duty assignment, and I got 5 years until I retire. Don't know what's going to happen pretty much after that. We're just gonna play by ear, Opportunities are what they are for a reason, and we just gotta be ready for when it happens. So right now I'm at a standstill because of my Achilles and my back issues. And so once I get better and I'm clear to leave, that's where we're going. But for the time being, I'm gonna make it work. And I gotta tell you right now, real quick, about my wife Angela. Uh, Backstory: Angela and I met each other when I was 15 years old. Angela was 14. When I was living in Queens, when I was living with my father. I'm one of five. The second oldest. I got a brother. I actually got two brothers and two sisters, and there's five of us. And my dad and my stepmom raised all of us in Queens, and that's where I met Angela. Angela was my first everything, literally my first everything. First kiss, first, everybody says it's the first love, but it's the first person I ever felt feelings for outside of myself and outside of my family. Um, that's the way I like to categorize that, as opposed to first love, if that makes sense. Because you don't really know what love is as a kid. You just know that it's a different feeling. So you categorize it as love because that's what society says it is. For me, it's the first time I felt anything emotional that affected me physically for somebody outside of my family. Um, and it still stands to this day. And we met, um, you know, we were kids, and life took us apart. Angela, she had to leave. She moved to Philadelphia when I was about 16 or 17, and we kept in contact. But we grew apart. I got married, had a relationship, and it was just not ideal for us to keep communicating, especially because the feelings that we have for each other were still there. And we knew that, and it was just better if we just didn't talk. And that's the way it was, and it was better that way. Angela went on. She ended up having a son, Julius. Amazing kid. She did a great job with him. He's in the Air Force now. The kid's an absolute stud. Just an all around intellectually, a highly intellectual person, a very grateful person, really, really polite. And it's just like a pure example of what a kid who grew up having the situations that he had and everything around him benefited him greatly, because he didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth. His mom, she did everything that a single mom could possibly do with the help of her family. And Julius came out all the better for it, and she doesn't never give herself enough credit. But if you guys get in the comments, if you guys watch this video, you guys got to give her credit, because she did a phenomenal job. I met Julius back in 2023, um, in the summer of 2023 for the first time. Uh, and that's where Angela and I we reconnected. I came back from Poland. I was divorced, and we had reached out. I reached out to her via Instagram when I was in Poland, and one thing led to another. I invited her here to my house in Nashville, in Tennessee, rather. She came with her son. I met her and her son. We rekindled what we had, and it just blossomed from there. We got married March 16th of this year. Absolutely amazing ceremony. It was just family, small, really small at the house. Financially, it's what made sense. with both our jobs and me coming out from a 30-day field exercise. I literally left the field, got in the airport, not taking a shower, face paint on my face, got to Philadelphia, dead tired, slept, took a shower, ran some errands, got married that Sunday. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So that was awesome. Um, and so here we are now. Just recently, before I got injured, beginning part of June, we decided that we're going to move Angela down here, seeing that I was going to get ready to PCS. And then we're going to go on our way to California, start our lives there. Angela was going to go back to school. At least that was the plan. I got injured. And so that kind of put a little damper on that. And the injury, the ruptured Achilles, for anybody, I'm in week 6 right now. Anybody that's had this injury, I'm going to tell you right now, not only is it physically debilitating, it is mentally and emotionally debilitating. And I could not have done anything that I'm doing right now or been where I'm at in my mental, where I am mentally without my wife. I mean, just, I can't say enough. Um, yeah, it's, yeah. Anybody that's had this injury knows it just sucks because you are 100% reliant on other people. And me, it's my wife. And been a it's been a whirlwind emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. But because of her, you know, showing me that it's gonna be okay, I have been able to get through that. And I did. And I'm certainly, slowly still trying to get out of my mind, and understand that it's okay, to get help. It just sucks not being able to do everything that I, normally do. My normal duties around here. I'm walking on crutches. I have a scooter. Um, okay, we're gonna see how this comes out. The yellow's coming out. Okay, should work. And it just sucks because, like, when it comes to cooking, cleaning, even showering, it's a chore. It's like a 45-minute ordeal for me to get my boot off, get in the shower, sit on a chair, shower myself, get out. She's got to clean the bathroom. It's just all this stuff, and she doesn't mind doing it, but it's just the fact that she has to do it and I can't do anything for myself. For the most part, it sucks, and it's really hard, um, as a human being, to get through that. But as a man, I feel like it's even harder because you just have responsibilities and you just want to take care of stuff. And that's what I wanted to show her. Take the garbage out, cut the grass, fix the vehicles, clean the vehicles. I had all these aspirations and goals. I um, am a kayak angler, I'm a tournament angler, and one of my goals here is to win my first tournament, and that was dashed simply because of the injury that I got. I mean, I cannot get on the water. I can't move around. I mean, it's just, it's the dream isn't gone. It's just on pause right now. And when I'm good and ready, I'm gonna get back out there and making the content, which is another part of this YouTube channel. It's just me fishing, just an average guy going out fishing, having a good time. The ups, the downs, the in betweens, the profanity. So again, if anybody's watching this video and I curse a lot, forgive me. If you know, you know. It's just what it is, right? It's just life. Um, okay, we'll see what happens here. Anyways, um, actually, I don't even know what's going on here. Let me check this out. Hold on. Why is this yellow? The whole thing to be black. Interesting. Okay, we'll play it by ear and we'll see what happens. Anyways, uh, yeah. So it's been hard. Been a hard 6 weeks, but trying to stay positive, and that's the most important thing. And you know, going back to the topic of mental health. I think one of the biggest things is, or the two biggest issues that are going on with mental health is that one, people are so worried about the stigma of having mental health issues because what society is putting out there, that they're afraid to reach out for help because they don't want to be put in that category of somebody that has mental issues. Because they just think about it as mental issues, you immediately are going to go to um, the insane asylum, which is ridiculous to me. Okay, um, I'm not a clinical doctor by any means, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. But that's what society is putting out there. What these, so-called influencers are putting out there. What people are seeing. They're like, you watch these movies, you watch these Instagram reels that people put out, these YouTube shorts, whatever, what have you, TikTok, whatever it is, and then they use that platform and they highlight these issues in the wrong way. And then the people that are trying to do something to better the rest of the human race, it gets overshadowed by the amount of people that are putting content out there highlighting and making fun of these issues, which is just an unfortunate part of society, um, and where we are right now. And so as an individual, not just as a man, um, it's hard to go out there and say, I need help, because one, society is telling you that it's almost not okay to do that. And two, you don't even know or have anybody in your inner circle that you can turn to for help. How many people that are going to watch this video are going to see that they're going to look back, rather, and say, well, let me check my friend count. Wait a minute. Who can I call if I have a problem? Quality over quantity. What's the purpose of having 1 million followers on Instagram? Okay. And you want to create your social media following if your purpose is to only help yourself. We have the ability as a human race right now to reach people that are nowhere near where we are in our physical space. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away across the planet. Being able to influence them in a positive way. Yeah, we're using the platform to bring the human race down. And it sucks. It absolutely fucking sucks. And I see it time and time again. And then what that does is increase the sensibility of this newer generation. It's like you're entitled and you want so many things, but you're not willing to work for it, but it's okay. And you're like, sure, I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve this, I deserve that. Yeah, you're not doing any work for it, but it's okay in a weird sense. And it's crazy. And that's a video for another day. Okay. This is just a quick what I'm going to be doing with the YouTube channel, and talk a little bit or briefly about mental health and men's mental health for that, or utilize the platform utilize the platform to talk about that. And what I'm going to be doing the YouTube channel. So there's millions of YouTube channels out there. People put out content all the time. I watch YouTube videos all the time to look at these content creators, to look at these people and how they're able to motivate other people. Okay. How they're able to move other people or affect other people. And I think it's phenomenal. Okay. And one of the things that I learned a long time ago is that motivation is an emotion. It's just like feeling sad or feeling angry. One day you feel sad, one day you feel angry, one day you feel happy, one day you feel annoyed. Motivation comes and goes, right? But motivation can be a permanent fixture if you have discipline. Discipline drives motivation. If you wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, today I'm going to be 5% better than I was yesterday. You write down what it is that you did yesterday before you go to sleep. or the day. For example, if I go to sleep today, write down 5 things that I did today that were different than the day before. Okay. I wake up tomorrow morning, I look at that list and say, okay, if I did this yesterday, I'm going to do this again, but better. So if I walked for 1 mile, I'm going to walk for 2 miles. If I read a book and I only got through 10 pages, I'm going to do 20 pages today, and so on and so forth. Right. Um, and it's just constantly making yourself become a habitual human being, which drives the discipline, which then is going to motivate you inwardly and outwardly. Okay. And so you do what you have to, even when you don't feel like it. That's discipline. Motivation is here or there. If you're motivated, that's great. But your motivation is going to come and go. So in order to keep that motivation peaked, right, you have to have the discipline. Discipline drives that motivation. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see how that's gonna work out. Okay. Um, again, this is raw. This is unedited. This is just me. Okay, this is just Carlos just talking to whoever is gonna watch this video, whoever is gonna listen. Um, and hopefully you take something away from this video. Okay. Um, so the other thing that I think is very important when it comes to mental health is honesty. Okay. And I'm going to touch briefly on what I mean by honesty. So if you can't wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself, where, like, what exactly is it that you're trying to accomplish that day? Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you won't be honest with anybody that's in your social circle, anybody that you so-called friends, your professional relationships, your personal relationships. Because if you can lie to yourself, you can lie to other people. But if you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, I am where I am because of the decisions that I made, and legit tell yourself, this is where I am, this is who I am, and this is what I want to do, you're going to be a better person that day, not only for yourself, but for everyone else. That's the crazy thing about it. You will end up feeling so much better just by starting that ritual. Wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and say, I am where I am because of my decisions. Don't blame anybody else. Don't blame anybody else. That is a scapegoat for society nowadays. Everyone wants to say, I'm here because of this person. I'm here because I didn't get money. I'm here because I got raised over here. No, you are where you are because of the decisions you made. Use your situation to help build that foundation for you to get out of the situation that you're in and be a better person. That starts with honesty. You have to be honest with yourself first before you are honest and happy with anybody else. You have to work inwardly in order for you to project that outwardly. That's one thing I learned from my first marriage. I was happy on the outside, but I was not happy on the inside. And I kept telling myself that lie, and it kept making me make these stupid decisions. I was saying things I didn't mean. I was doing things that were hurtful. I was just not a good person. I was not a good person. I was not in a good headspace. And that's just me being honest with you guys. It just absolutely was fucking brutal. But um, I learned that I truly was not happy inside. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't happy, and therefore that unhappiness was overflowing into the relationship, and I was making my ex-wife unhappy as well. And fucking sucked. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. Um, but again, it's all part of the growing pains, right? And so at the end of the day, I looked at inside, and I found out that one of the things that I was doing was I was blaming other people for where I was financially, mentally, emotionally, and I was just pretending everything was okay when it wasn't. So if you take anything from this, understand that happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from outside. Okay. Those are just additives. Okay. The flavor of the person you are comes from the seasoning that you already have in you. You just have to let that marinate by being honest with yourself. Let it come out. Once that marinade comes out and that happiness and the truthfulness of who you are as a person emulates, you're gonna bring the people that need to be in your life. And they're gonna be there for a reason. And then the people that are not part of your life, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't like that flavor. I'm out of here. That's just the way it is. That's just what life is. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Okay. And sometimes it hurts. Actually, let me take that back. It fucking hurts all the time. But sometimes to grow, you gotta let people go. You just gotta do it. Just let it go. Let them go. Move on. That's just, you know, how it is. And so if you're able to do that, start there. Start small. One day at a time. Okay. Um, there's a famous quote that I heard from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I'll be quoting a lot of people because I watch a lot of inspirational videos, a lot of motivational videos, a lot of videos of people that have overcome mental health issues, relationship issues, in just life issues in general. Um, and one of the quotes that he said was, um, "I'm trying to make sure I don't want to mess it up because I'm looking back here at this thing over here. I want to make sure. Okay, we'll see." Um, and it goes one day or day one. So let tomorrow be day one. If you can't start today, you need to figure out a way to start tomorrow. Because after that, there will be no tomorrow. You just start. You just have to start. Look inside yourself. Find out what makes you happy. Everyone has their own thing. For me, there's so many things that I enjoy doing, but for me to truly be happy is for me to have a rod in my hand on the water in a kayak, listening to Mother Nature, and just taking it all in. I love fishing. My dad got me into fishing when I was a kid, and I enjoy it so much. And I do it now. And unfortunately, I haven't been out on the water in about 2.5 months, and it's the entirety of the summer, and I'm absolutely miserable because of it. But I have found different outlets. Um, I am 3D printing. I'm working on getting my 107 Alpha license, my drone pilot's license. I'm also making molds for fishing lures. Made this swim bait, and I 3D printed this mold right here, which I dropped a piece right here. And you know, I'm just keeping my mind engaged mentally, and I'm pushing myself outside of the comfort zone in order for me to stay engaged. That's another thing. You in order for you to grow, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's just the way it is, right? And for me, making content is out of my comfort zone. A lot of people they say that I love talking to people, which I do. I'm just an outwardly based person. I just love engaging with people. I don't like awkward silence. I don't like awkward moments. And I can stand up and give a speech on something, that I did a little research on and kind of put it together and be fine because it's just life. They're just people, and you do the best that you can and just try to be prepared. So my dad, before I joined the military, he said that he was worried about me joining the military, but he called me a social chameleon. He says I can just adapt to whatever situation I'm put into. And content creating is one of those situations where I, you know, I mean, it's not something that I would do. There's a lot of people that I know that I'm with that know me that are probably gonna be like, "Yo, you need to stop this. You need to stop that." And I have a handful of friends that are really close to me that I consider my best friends that are gonna sit there and just they're gonna push me and be like, "Yo, we need to do this together. we need to make a podcast about this. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about that. Um, and those are the people that I truly cherish in my life, and I'm really, really happy that I have them. And you know, those people know who they are. Um, and again, it's quality over quantity. And you know, I'm gonna making a lot of fishing content, making contents about me flying the drone, just life in general. You know, and if you put out a request and you want to make a video, you just want to talk about something, just back and forth. Um, you know, we can do that as well. I mean, I can make a video on whatever topic. You know, again, I'm not, you know, in any way, shape, or form. Um, you know, professionally trained on, you know, mental issues, or anything along those lines, you know, where you need a degree for it. I'm just trained in life, you know, and I am a person that's, you know, the foundation of who I am is, you know, unfortunately scattered with mistakes and poor decisions, but that's who I am. I'm a human being, make mistakes, make poor decisions. It's life. You just go on from there and you make do. And that's what I'm doing. Um, my 3D print's already messed up. I don't understand what's happening here, but um, okay, it looks like I'm gonna probably most likely have to clean my tray, which is fine. We're just gonna stop this print entirely. I'm gonna stop wasting filament. I'm not even gonna attempt to do, you know, anything. Just we're just gonna let it sit there. It is what it is. But um, go around, turn around real quick, and yeah. So that's who I am. You know, I love fishing, love being outside. I make most of the videos I'm gonna be making are gonna be either in here, maybe in the garage, putting some stuff together, working on cars, which is another thing I love to do. Um, being with my wife, flying FPV drones, and then whatever work I have to do. You know, make some videos about me in my day to day. You know, going out, training, doing whatever. Um, and so, yeah, if you guys, you know, see this video, share with somebody. You know, let them know that it is okay. If you're not all right, that's perfectly fine. And sometimes, you know, if you don't know who you have in your life that you can talk to, sometimes it's okay to talk to a stranger or go to church, uh, and make your peace there. And, you know, find yourself spiritually. And maybe that'll be the gateway for you to be able to find yourself uh, emotionally and mentally. And again, you know, I'm not out here promoting religion. I'm not out here saying religion this, religion that. I want to go down that rabbit hole. Um, to each their own, right? Find solace in whatever it is you find solace in. That's the most important thing. If it's for you, do it. If it makes you happy, do it. Don't let anybody else crush your dreams. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. You want to be the best baker there is in the world? Be the best baker in the world. You want to be the best shoemaker? Go ahead. If you just want to be a tattoo artist, you want to be a football player, baseball player, you want to be um a person that just goes around and just spreads happiness and positivity, go be that person. Be who you want to be. Life is very, very fragile. Life is very, very short. Um, and you know, don't take anything for granted. So make the best of your life by making the best of every minute you have while you're alive. Do whatever it is you have to make yourself happy. Doesn't matter what that is. Don't listen to anybody outside. Just listen to yourself. Your gut and your heart, they already know what it is that you need and what you have to have in your life. Just listen to them and you're going to be fine. Um, and yeah, if you guys like this video, you know, that's awesome. If you guys watch this video and it, opens up doors, and it, allows you to express your creativity, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to, working on my content creator lifestyle, on my video editing, all that stuff, and putting content out. It's going to come with time, right? And but I want to put it out there because it's something that I've always wanted to do, never felt comfortable doing until now. And I figure, why not do it? Make a video where I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys. Um, Tell you guys a little bit about myself and just show you guys that it's okay to be human. I'm human, just a regular dude hanging out in his room, um, living life. So if you watched it, thank you for watching. If you need advice, and you have no friends, reach out, hit me up in the comments, and we'll start back and forth. Um, just sometimes you just need somebody to listen. But there's plenty of programs out there for people who are going through the struggle, especially my brothers and sisters in arms, those past, present, in the future. Serving in the military is something that only a small portion of the American public does, but yet 100% American public criticizes what we do. And so sometimes it's hard to find that little bit of silence that you need to get yourself right with all the noises going around. So reach out. There's plenty of programs out there. Um, you have your pocket computer. Take it out. You're on it all day. Utilize it for it to be beneficial to you. Find out what makes you happy. Remove those that don't make you happy in your life. Remove the items that are toxic in your life. And those items may have to do with people. You got to cut people out. I'm saying? Start removing those bad habits and start building new ones that are going to be healthy, that are going to cause you to be happy, and they're going to be beneficial for you in the long term. And I'm going to make more videos like this. I'm probably going to make a video a week. Like this is going to be this long, just touching base on life. Hopefully the next one I have my wife on it, which would be sick. So you guys can just hear how two regular, normal, crazy people with no kids. She has a kid. I don't have any children. With a labradoodle talk and just about life. So that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic August, whatever month it is, whenever you see this video. And, let's just be better as a human race to each other. It takes no effort to be nice. And sometimes being nice is just walking away. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go out, be better as a human race, be safe, and always remember, no matter what you're going through in life, somebody has gone through it before you. You're not alone. You're not alone. All right. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Um, Leave me a comment. Who knows? We could talk. You know what I'm saying? For the tens and tens of people that are gonna watch the video. So this is Carlos signing off. I'll talk to you guys later. And the next video I'm probably gonna give you guys is an update on my Achilles. I'm gonna be start weight bearing here in my crutches. So fingers and toes crossed so we make that happen. Um, and fast recovery, get back out on the water. So I'll talk to you guys. Have a great weekend, great August, great rest of the year. And I hope that whatever goals, aspirations, and dreams you guys are reaching for, you get them.